Attention passionate Dallas, Cowboys. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Dallas, COWBOYSFANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to the NFL news cycle lately, you know that the Dallas Cowboys are making some serious waves, and it's not just another off-season rumor. No, this time, the Cowboys are working behind the scenes to make a bold move that could dramatically reshape their secondary and overall defensive strategy for the upcoming season. And trust me, this is a move that could have ripple effects not just within the division, but across the entire NFC. So grab your coffee, settle in, because what I'm about to tell you is packed with details that every Cowboys fan needs to hear. Sources close to the team are whispering that the Cowboys are finalizing a trade to acquire safety Kyle Hamilton from the Baltimore Ravens. Yes, you heard that right. Kyle Hamilton, the all-pro safety who's been making a name for himself since his rookie season, is on his way to Dallas. Now, this isn't just any trade. Hamilton, who's currently in his third NFL season, has been a standout for Baltimore, both in coverage and run support. He's a player with a unique blend of size, speed, and instincts, and he's been projected to be one of the top safeties in the league for quite some time. In 2023, he was named an All-Pro and is also a Pro Bowler for 2024. His stats are impressive. Over 250 tackles in his career, 10 interceptions, 25 pass deflections, and about 5 sacks. That's a versatile player who can do it all, and his PFF coverage grade last season was an outstanding 84. 2. What makes this move even more intriguing is the fact that the Ravens are in a bit of a rebuild mode defensively. Baltimore's defense is still ranked among the top 5 in the league, allowing just 18 points per game, but they're facing some questions about their depth, especially after losing linebacker Roquan Smith to free agency with a $20 million annual extension. The Ravens are trying to manage their cap, which is currently around $18 million, but they're also clearing space, about $7 million, to fund a rebuild of their wide receiver core after Lamar Jackson signed his massive extension, worth around $50 million a year. This trade for Hamilton, therefore, makes sense for Baltimore. They get a player with immense talent, and they free up some cap space to retool other areas. Now, for the Cowboys, this is a game changer. They're taking a calculated risk, absorbing about $8 million of Hamilton's contract through a restructure. But in return, they're landing a player who could elevate their secondary to new heights. The Cowboys have been relatively solid in coverage, but they've lacked that game-changing playmaker in the back end. Hamilton, especially now, with his explosion in run support, grading around 78-1, can significantly boost their ability to stop the run, which has been a concern, given that the team has been allowing around 140 rushing yards per game. His presence should help reduce that number and make Dallas's defense more unpredictable for opponents. And let's talk about the potential impact on the defense. The duo of Hamilton and Kearse, who's been a steady presence in the secondary, could combine for over 12 interceptions this season, adding around 18% more coverage efficiency. That's huge. The team's blitzing game could also see a boost, especially with Parsons leading the way, who's already recorded 7 sacks last season. With Hamilton's range and instincts, the Cowboys could see their sack totals soar past 45, a mark that would put them among the league's best. This would be a significant step forward for a team that's been looking to reassert itself as a defensive powerhouse. Meanwhile, the run defense would benefit greatly. Currently, Dallas is struggling to contain the run, allowing about 140 yards per game, which is not ideal. But with Hamilton's support, his grade of 82, in run support, he can help close those gaps. The team's defensive coordinator, Zimmer, who runs a disciplined 4-3 scheme, would have yet another versatile piece to work with, boosting their chances of forcing more turnovers. Last season, Dallas had some key interceptions. McKinney had 3. And with Hamilton's addition, the secondary could push that number even higher, creating more turnovers and giving Prescott and the offense more opportunities to control the game. Speaking of Prescott, his performance last season was solid, with a rating of 92. But this new addition to the secondary could give him more confidence. The offense has been trending upward, with an average of around 3 extra minutes of possession per game, and the running game led by Elliott, who's been averaging 3.8 yards per carry for about 450 yards, continues to exploit lighter gaps in defenses. But it's the defense that might see the biggest upgrade with Hamilton in the fold. His presence is projected to boost the secondary's PFF grade from around 70 to an impressive 85, similar to the impact Derwin James has had on the Chargers. Now, looking at the bigger picture, the Cowboys are positioning themselves as serious contenders again. Their Super Bowl odds have already improved, moving from around plus 8,000 to roughly plus 4,000. That's a huge jump. And with the playoffs approaching, the team is eyeing the NFC West powerhouse, the 49ers, who are favored at plus 500 as a major obstacle. But with the addition of Hamilton, the Cowboys could become a real X-factor, especially in the red zone. Think about it. Hamilton's ball-hawking skills, combined with Kearse's experience and Parsons' pass-rushing ability, could make Dallas a nightmare for opposing offenses. But what about the Ravens? Well, they're in a bit of a youth movement, and this trade signals a shift. They're banking on their young talent, especially in the secondary, and reallocating cap room for future extensions, like the one for Buick, which is around $15 million a year. Hamilton's departure leaves a void, but Baltimore is betting on their depth and the development of their young players to keep them competitive. Still, losing a player of Hamilton's caliber will be felt, especially in situations where they need that playmaking safety to turn the tide in close games. For the Cowboys, this move is not just about improving their defense, it's about sending a message. They're serious about contending, about making a push for that 7th Super Bowl ring, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. The combination of their already talented roster and now this added piece of Hamilton's explosiveness and versatility makes them a team to watch. And don't forget, the NFC East is no longer a two-horse race. With the Eagles still strong and the Giants trying to rebuild, Dallas is positioning itself as a division leader with that added edge. Looking ahead, the impact of this trade will be felt in multiple ways. The Cowboys' secondary will be more cohesive, more aggressive, and more capable of forcing turnovers. Their run defense will tighten up, reducing the big gains and helping them stay competitive in close games. And their overall team confidence will grow, knowing they have a dynamic playmaker like Hamilton ready to step in and make an immediate difference. On the other hand, the Ravens will need to recalibrate, but they're still a formidable team, especially with a defense ranked among the top 5 in points allowed. Their strategy involves retooling and developing their younger players, but losing Hamilton will definitely sting for their secondary's long-term prospects. In terms of individual performances, keep an eye on Hamilton himself. His career stats, over 250 tackles, 10 interceptions, and almost 5 sacks, show that he's a player who can change the course of a game with a single play. His ability to support the run with an 82-1 grade and his coverage skills with a projected plus 10% efficiency make him a perfect fit for the Cowboys' scheme. With the added motivation of proving himself in a new environment, Hamilton could be poised for a career-best season, and that could translate into big wins for Dallas. And of course, this move also raises questions about the future of the Cowboys' defense and how they'll deploy their personnel. Will they use Hamilton mainly in coverage, or will they unleash him as a blitzer more often? How will this affect Kearse and others in the secondary? Will Parsons see even more opportunities to rush the passer, knowing that Hamilton's range can cover a lot of ground? These are the questions fans are asking, and with the season approaching, the answers will come soon enough. In conclusion, folks, what we're witnessing here is a bold strategic move by the Dallas Cowboys. They're investing in their defense, specifically their secondary, with a player who is not only talented but also a proven game changer. It's a move that signals their intention to contend now, to solidify their roster, and to give themselves the best shot at making that elusive 7th Super Bowl. For Baltimore, it's a different story. They're rebuilding, retooling, and looking ahead, banking on their young core and cap flexibility. But for Dallas, this is about making a statement, about saying, we're here to compete and we're doing whatever it takes to get back to the top. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this trade? Are you excited about Hamilton's arrival? Do you think it will be enough to push Dallas over the edge and bring home that 7th Lombardi? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and all the latest Dallas Cowboys news. So stay tuned and keep supporting this team that we all love. Thanks for watching, and let's go Cowboys.